8:12 this morning. Labor Day travel is a big talker this morning, and with more than 60% of people expected to hit the road, we want to make sure you know what to expect out there. So we have Ted Phaeton live this morning with Lance Corporal Joe Hovis to tell us more. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Nicole. Yeah, a lot of folks expected to hit the roads. Lance Corporal Joe Hovis with us for Highway Patrol. We know a lot of folks are going to be hitting the road for Labor Day weekend. With the influx of everyone hitting the roadways, what are some tips that you want to give drivers that they should keep in mind?
Well, the first thing you need to keep in mind that there's going to be a lot more people on the highway this weekend. And of course, we want everybody to know that we plan on having one trooper for every 10 miles on the interstate this weekend, making sure that the people are obeying the traffic laws, unless, of course, Dorian changes our plans and we have to use our resources somewhere else. But for right now, you can plan on seeing a trooper about once every 10 miles on the interstate. We're asking people to make sure you obey the speed laws. Make sure you don't text and drive. Wear your seatbelt. Make sure that all your occupants are restrained. And also, please, please, please never, ever drink and drive. You know, we tell everybody now that make sure you have a sober ride, and that way you won't be riding with us over the weekend. So, you know, just keep those four things in mind, and it always provides for a better, safer weekend. Also, look out for motorcycles.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing that you've done the 100 days of summer, really knowing how dangerous it can be on the roadways, urging folks not to have too much fun at the parties if they don't have the plan. So really it's kind of like folks just maybe planning ahead, whether it be at a party or going on vacation.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. You know, if your plans are going to include, let's say, an alcoholic beverage, or just make sure your plans also include Lyft or Uber, taxi cab, or sober designated driver. So keep those things in mind, and we want everybody to have a great time but a safe weekend as well.
Is there anything, I guess, folks maybe have in their cars in case they were to get stranded on the side of the roads? I know you mentioned you're going to have a lot of patrolmen out, but if someone maybe gets stranded somewhere, what should they do?
Well, and you know, number one, make sure if you're going on a trip, make sure that your car is worthy to be on that trip, and make sure your fluids are correct and before you start out. But it's always good to have a you know, maybe a small cooler in the back, you know, with some drinks and some snacks in case you do get stranded. Make sure your cell phone is always charged, and make sure that you've got good rest before you get on the road and start traveling, because a lot of times drowsy driver will display the same things as a drunk driver. So, you know, because you're weaving back and forth. So just make sure you keep all those things in mind. Make sure you're rested before you get out on the highway.
Absolutely. And I guess for drivers that are planning on heading out this weekend, do you have any tips as to when they should hit the roads to avoid some of the heaviest traffic?
You know, I get that question a lot, and probably 2 a.m. would probably be the safest, be my guess. but no, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's going to be busy pretty much all weekend, especially this afternoon, people getting off work, if they haven't already started their long weekend from last night from the Clemson game. So, you know, this afternoon is going to be really, really heavy. And then it should slack off a little bit, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday, people will be traveling home. So basically all weekend, you can look for that increased traffic.
All right, Trooper Joe Hovis, thank you so much.
Sir,
and I can attest to the 2 a.m. thing. I drive in at 2 a.m. Nicole, there was nobody on the road. So I think if anybody wants to join us, that's the time to hit it.